Roman Reigns makes a bold assertion about his Universal Championship reign. John Cena opens up on asking WWE legend to return to the company. And Nikki Bella reveals why she didn't watch John Cena's SummerSlam match. Hello everyone, Jose G here bringing you today's top stories in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. To stay up to date with all of our content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Roman Reigns makes a bold assertion about his WWE Universal Championship reign. Roman Reigns believes he has elevated the Universal Championship to the status of being the top championship in WWE. Roman Reigns captured the WWE Universal Championship after defeating Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt in a triple threat match at WWE Payback. The head of the table has had a dominant reign as champion and has successfully defended the championship against the toughest contenders in WWE. With over 360 days as champion, Reigns is currently the premier title holder in WWE. Speaking on the latest edition of WWE's The Bump, the Tribal Chief believes he has an elevated version of the Universal Championship to the level where it is the top title in WWE, saying, quote, "I've made the Universal Championship what it is. Before I got a hold of it, some would argue that it might have been the second-tier WWE Championship, the second biggest WWE Championship in our company. But now, what I've done with this, especially over the past year, I've elevated this to a whole different stratosphere, so it is what it is. I put the work in, and I made it special, and now everybody wants it. I think the Universal Championship is just not the #1 title if the Tribal Chief doesn't make it what it is, and it won't ever be the same," end quote. In just 5 days, Roman Reigns will pass the 1-year mark as WWE Universal Championship with 14 successful title defenses. At SummerSlam, Roman Reigns defeated John Cena in the show's main event after a month-long build. However, the Tribal Chief did not have much time to celebrate as Brock Lesnar made his return to WWE and stepped into the ring with him. Even though the two have faced each other on multiple occasions, this time the situation is quite different. Reigns has Paul Heyman on his side and will likely be playing the heel in this upcoming match against Brock Lesnar. While the match hasn't officially been announced, the two Titans may clash at Crown Jewel in October. Lesnar will be Reigns' toughest challenge yet, and it will certainly be intriguing to see how their feud plays out. John Cena opens up on asking WWE legend to return to the company. John Cena has stated that he will not pressure The Rock to return to WWE as the People's Champ has earned the right to come back when he wants to. Cena, who recently returned to WWE for a feud with Reigns, believes that The Rock is a fan of the company and is one of the greatest performers of all time. In a recent interview with ET Online, the 16-time world champion stated that he would not bring The Rock to the WWE and said that it should be his decision, saying, quote, "He's earned the right not to be pressured into that choice. I can say he is a fan of the WWE. He is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. So as a fan, do I want to see one of the greatest performers of all time step back in the WWE ring? Yeah. But in no way I gonna call him, and if I'm gonna talk to him about something, it's not gonna try to get him back in a WWE ring. He needs to come to that conclusion by himself," end quote. The Rock's last appearance in WWE came in 2019 when he returned for SmackDown's 20th anniversary show. He was featured in a segment with Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin. At last month's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, John Cena returned to the WWE following Reigns' match against Edge. WWE announced the Summer of Cena tour, where the 16-time world champion wrestled in several live events, also set up a feud with Reigns, culminating in a match with the two at last weekend's SummerSlam pay-per-view. Cena came close several times to securing his 17th world title in WWE, but ultimately came up short against the Tribal Chief, who retained his Universal title. After the pay-per-view went off the air, Cena was attacked by a returning Brock Lesnar. Riddle chooses his dream opponent between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. WWE superstar Riddle appeared on The Bump and shared his thoughts on whether he would like to face Brock Lesnar or Goldberg. Riddle had a great SummerSlam when RK Bro managed to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. Riddle took a heavy beating in the early stages of the match, but came back strong to give Randy the hot tag. Riddle also kept Omos busy outside the ring, which gave the Viper an opportunity to strike with an RKO against AJ Styles to pick up the win. Riddle also got another hard-fought win under his belt against Styles on Raw this Monday, with some help from Randy Orton at ringside, who attacked Omos with his personalized scooter. Responding to a fan question on whether he would rather face Brock Lesnar or Goldberg, Riddle said that facing Goldberg would be more realistic at this time. Riddle revealed that he was in the process of mending his relationship with Goldberg and they were starting to warm up to each other. The original Bro detailed that he could possibly try to convince Goldberg for a match at WrestleMania, saying, quote, "Billy G, Goldberg, him and Gage, they bring it. They're a package deal. Bill has kind of been cool with me lately. Not too cool, not that cool, but he's been cooler. The bridge was already destroyed. It got blown up. Right now, we're like throwing some stones so you can walk across that water. But if I had to pick a match between the two of them right now, and if I'm going realistically, I'm thinking Goldberg. Goldberg in Mania, I think that's a possibility. I think I might convince him to actually wrestle me." End quote. Nikki Bella reveals why she did not watch John Cena's SummerSlam match. WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella has revealed that she did not watch John Cena's match at SummerSlam this past weekend. Nikki Bella and John Cena were in a long-term relationship during their time together in WWE. Cena infamously proposed to her at WrestleMania 33 in front of the entire WWE Universe. However, they called off their relationship in April of 2018, just 1 month before their scheduled wedding. Cena returned to the WWE last month at Money in the Bank and confronted Universal Champion Roman Reigns. In the main event of SummerSlam 2021, he challenged Reigns for his title but was unsuccessful in defeating him. Speaking with Extra, Nikki Bella claimed that she missed Cena's match as she was too busy playing roulette, saying, quote, "You know, I actually have to say when you're in Vegas, the tables took me away. I was too busy playing roulette and I was winning big, so I missed it." End quote. The summer of Cena was fun while it lasted. Considered by many as the most polarizing star in professional wrestling history, John Cena's return last month was dearly welcomed by the entire WWE Universe. The leader of the C Nation made everyone realize why he is considered one of the best in the history of the business, with some amazing segments on SmackDown. However, John Cena is all set to yet again step away from WWE following his SummerSlam loss. Speaking to Good Morning America, he stated that WWE is and will always be his home. Cena also added that he thinks he still has something more to contribute. Ex-WWE star sets up autograph table on Vince McMahon's Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Virgil has caught the attention of wrestling fans after he set up an autograph and merch table on Vince McMahon's Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Virgil posted the same photo on his official Instagram handle and had a message for the WWE chairman on his birthday, saying, quote, "Today's hustle will be dedicated to you. My only wish for your birthday is for you to get my video game, #MeatSauceMadness, and stuff yourself with the most gourmet OG in the game." End quote. He certainly knows how to stay in the spotlight. A short while ago, Virgil posted a tweet with Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke Hogan, and made it clear that he would charge her for an autograph. In the 80s, Virgil was a mainstay on WWE TV and was introduced as the bodyguard of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. He was occasionally berated by DiBiase, and the humiliation reached a point where he simply couldn't take it anymore. Virgil later turned on DiBiase and went on to defeat him for the $1 Million title at SummerSlam 1991. The 59-year-old has opened up about Vince McMahon in the past and had nothing but praise for him. After his stint in Vince McMahon's promotion ended in the mid-90s, Virgil competed on the independent scene for a while before making his way to WCW. He was initially hired as the head of security for the NWO. Many fans were not aware that his WCW moniker, Vincent, was the company's way of mocking Vince McMahon. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories and exclusive content, be sure you follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.